Are we live? All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Francesca,
My name is Joshua. Nice meeting you.
and we're here from the Herbaland team to do a live on some frequently asked questions. So I'm the marketing team lead, and Joshua is our R&D manager. So he knows a lot about his stuff. So I'll go through some of the questions you guys asked. The first one was, what are the best foods for boosting your immune system?
That's an excellent question. Flu season is coming up. I think it's important to take a lot of food that has a lot of antioxidant properties. That's good for scavenging all the free radicals. I think berries are good for you. Dark chocolate is actually good. But also maybe our snacks with benefit. Those are good snacks to have.
And what are some of the key vitamins that boost your immune system?
Well, our cellular function requires a lot of precursors on doing their functions. I think vitamin C is important. Vitamin D is important. We have to also consume a lot of, I think, B vitamins for metabolizing our carbs consumption, fats consumption. So I think you can have it all in our multivitamins product. Also, our immune boosts have vitamin C and vitamin D3 as well.
Thank you. So on a kind of a different note, how much exercise would you recommend everyone should get a week?
That's a tough question. So I think it's different for everyone. Some people have an occupation where they have to do a lot of physical activities. So I would say for those person, maybe a little bit not required, but if you're working in the office, you probably need to work out a little bit more. I think there's two different exercise. There's the cardio exercise as well as the physical for your muscle and bones. Both are important. I think most people did their cardio and then they forgot about their weight lift exercise. But you need to strengthen your bones because also your muscle. If there's a lot of buildup of fats, I think that leads to a lot of potential precursors to more serious health issues. If you have a lot of fat in your body, I think bad fats, I think there's higher chance of higher blood pressure. Blood sugar. If you have higher blood pressure, there's a lot of cardiovascular diseases that might happen. Also I think sugar level goes up. So I think it's very important to do your weight exercise as well as the cardio exercise.
Awesome. Thank you, Joshua. So the next question we have here, what do you have any tips for how we can manage stress better in our day-to-day life?
I think it's important to have a good sleep, and it's different for everyone. Some people is good with 6 hours sleep, but the most important thing is they have a habit. If let's say you sleep at 11 p.m., keep it up just 11 p.m. every day because your body adapt to the schedule. You have your biological clock, but you really need to have enough sleep to maintain a healthy balance of your hormones. And also I think it's very important to eat healthy. We also have some products that is fun that helps maintain the hormonal balance. I think we have the ashwagandha, which is very popular recently. Those are adaptogenic herbs, so it can actually modulates your stress hormones, your cortisol level. So you need a little bit of cortisol, not too much. I think that ashwagandha is an Ayurvedic herbs, well known, clinically researched. We use a KSM 66 ashwagandha. which is clinically studied. So I think that's a good supplements to have to maintain a healthy level of stress. Hmm.
That's a kind of leads us into the next question, which is, do you have any tips for getting a better night's sleep?
All right, I think it's very important to um, shut down all your social media and your phone. I think blue lights keeps you awake. Um, so I think it's really important. I think to to free up your mind and not uh, have your eyes exposed to too much blue lights. Um, Also, um, if you have a healthy, regular sleep cycle, not sporadic. Sometimes you sleep at 9 p.m., sometimes you sleep at 1 a.m. It's easier if you have a habit. But if you really need a boost in your sleep, and let's say you're traveling and you need to solve your jet lag, maybe you can have a little bit of melatonin. Right. Hmm.
Yeah, our Sweet Dreams gummies are really good for that. I can personally vouch for that. Um, I have kind of a personal question. Is it true that women need more sleep than men?
Uh, I don't know about that.
I saw it on TikTok, so I don't know if that's true.
That's interesting, actually. Well, I haven't seen the research yet. I cannot say it's true, but I would suggest both men and women need the same amount of.
We can do some more research on that one.
Yeah, for sure.
Thanks. So the next question is, how do you stay motivated to live a healthy lifestyle, and what are some tips that you have to remember to take your vitamins, etc.?
That's a really, really good question. So I think um, it's important to have short-term goals. A lot of time, everybody sign up for gym membership in January, and then they aim too high. They want to have a certain level of body in a very short amount of time, and it's sometimes better to just, okay, I want to at least 20 minutes exercise a day, or just a morning walk every day. I think that's more meaningful than having just 1 month habit and then stop. So I think having short-term goal is really important. I think the other important thing is we have to have fun in taking care of our body. I think that's what Herbaland stands for, fun and functional products. We don't want to make healthy lifestyle boring. So it's very important to keep it fun, keep it exciting, maybe add some gummies to your daily routine. I think that helps you motivate to take your supplements.
I know it's hard for me to forget to take my supplements when they're tasting so good.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just finding our next question here. So what do you have tips in terms of healthy snacks? So what would you recommend as a healthy snack?
Yeah, I think I like berries. Like personally, berries is very important in my diet. I think it has a lot of antioxidant properties, but I would say it's different for everyone. Um, some people likes to eat nuts, right? I think there's a lot of amino acid in it. There's a lot of healthy snack alternatives right now in the market. Um, well, recently we launched Oh My Beer, which is high fiber snacks with, I think, low sugar, only 2 grams sugar. So I think that's really good alternatives to our daily snacks. Yeah.
Awesome, thank you. Um, in terms of gut health, what would you recommend to improve gut health if you have any symptoms of, any sort of gut issue?
Right. So I think our gut is composed of a lot of bacteria, and those are good bacteria. So it's very important that our uh, gut is filled with a good microbiome, good microorganisms. because they did a lot of function in our body. They produce secondary byproducts that is actually helping to digest our food as well, and you know, maintains the gut function to work properly. Also, the absorption of the nutrients from the food you consume is improved when you have a good microbiome. So it's very important to have a good microbiome. We have a product coming out soon. We've been doing a lot of things with probiotics, so stay tuned. But I can tell that it's very important to have a good amount of probiotics in the gut, because it also helps our immune function. There are researchers saying that it has a function for brain. There's a gut-brain axis as well. So I think it's very important to add probiotics to our diet to maintain a good gut.
That's good to know. Thank you. And we're all very excited for you guys to see our new product, so stay tuned on that one. So what would you recommend for how you can stay hydrated throughout your day, and how much water should you be drinking each day?
A lot of research says, a lot of reference, I wouldn't say research says it's 2 liters a day. Some people who did a lot of exercise might need more. So I would say it depends on the person, but it's very important to have water bottle on your working stations, or keep hydrated every time, because a lot of our cellular functions, a lot of our body requires water to work. So sometimes, especially on your busy schedule, it's very often we forget to drink. On top of that, if we're probably doing some exercises that makes you sweat a lot, it's important to supply our body with electrolytes, because it helps hydrate your body faster. Mm-hmm.
That's good to know. 2 liters of water a day is definitely not what I drink, so I'll be doing a better job of that from now on. What's our next question? So, with so many multivitamins available in the market, how can I choose the vitamin that's best for me?
Right. I think it's important to find vitamins that I think align with your daily routine. Like if you are someone who is vegan, then for sure you look for a brand that for sure have active ingredients that comes from vegan sources. If you're sensitive to gluten, make sure you find a supplement that is gluten-free. So I think it depends on the person. It's important to be educated on what the brand stands for, what is your body actually requires. So I would say it's important to find a brand that is inclusive, right? And just it's different from everyone, but I would say it's good to just make sure, be educated, do some research, right, before buying the supplements you want. Mm-hmm.
Makes sense. What are some of the most common deficiencies that people have these days? Like, what have you seen?
Right. So I think especially today is a little bit cloudy here in Vancouver. A lot of time, especially for Vancouver, there's a lot of the vegan community who did not get enough vitamin D3 from meat. They get it from other places, but not as what is required. And if it's a cloudy day, the vitamin D3 is actually produced when the skin got contact with UV. So it's actually very important to supplement yourself with vitamin D3, especially there are a lot of research recently that it helps with your immune function, and it's actually very good to have it in this upcoming winter flu season, fall. So I would say vitamin D3 is very important. The other thing is maybe a lot of people needs some magnesium after working out. That helps to make your muscle relax a little bit. Um, yeah, so I think magnesium is also important to have a balance hormones as well. So there's a lot of important function magnesium did to your body. So that was also important. If you're maybe 40, 50 years old, it's important to get enough calcium. If you're a woman in a in a menopausal stage, or you are experiencing the premenstrual symptoms, it's also important to supplement calcium in your diet. So you can get calciums from a lot of different foods. For sure, milk is the best one, but also don't forget to take D3 on top of calcium, because that helps your body to absorb the calcium. Yeah.
That's good to know, actually. Just for anyone that's watching right now, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to drop them in the chat below, and we're getting to those very soon. So last couple questions from our team. What makes a supplement high quality versus low quality?
Right, so I think we are proud to be located in Canada. We are licensed by Health Canada. Our facility is certified by Canadian standard. So I would say it's very important to understand where your vitamins are made. Also, we are very proud to be NSF GMP certified, which is a very high level of certifications in a natural health product industry. On top of that, we have also certified our product with non-GMO project verified. We have also gluten-free certifications. So I would say look at the icons on your supplement bottles. It's very important to look at where it's made. For Herbaland, I think we source our active ingredients very, very carefully. With all those licenses, for sure, we have to keep it up. Like our standards are pretty high. We have to go through a lot of quality qualification. Our suppliers have good relationship with us, making sure that the supplier actually get their ingredients made correctly. So I would say choose the brand that you trust based on where it's made, the certification they have.
That's good to know. Thank you. And are gummy vitamins as good as vitamins that you take in a pill format? This is a very big question that we get a lot.
Right. I would say it's probably not as high dosage as in capsules, right? But there are also a lot of advantages in taking gummy vitamins, because it's easy to eat, and it's actually better if you chew the vitamins, right? And I think a lot of capsule products is, it's difficult to take it constantly since you're not excited. So we bring an alternative options, having a fun and functional products. So for sure, if we compare to capsule products, we have less potency, but I think that's where we manage it by maybe adding the serving size, right? Also, we try to make a lot of different ways to mask the flavor, so we can add a little bit more actives. But at the end of the day, our product is all Health Canada certified, which means the functions and the health claims is all backed by Health Canada. So in terms of effectiveness, I've, you know, trying to be neutral. I think the capsule is great for some. Gummies is a good alternatives. Mm-hmm.
Great. Thank you, Josh. So lastly, we have some questions that you guys have asked throughout the last little while. The first question is, what are some personal healthy habits that you have?
Well, I try to play table tennis every single day. I really love playing table tennis, so that's fun and functional sport. So I think I get my daily dose of cardio from playing table tennis. Also, eating enough fruit every day. Those are my habits. Trying to eat fruit, especially berries. I love berries. So those are my two healthy habits.
Thanks. Thank you, Josh. We have another question. Are you guys coming out with a prebiotic product as well? We actually already have a prebiotic product. It's called Prebiotic Fiber. I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about that one, Josh.
For sure, yeah. So prebiotic is actually the food for the probiotics. It's very important to take enough prebiotics. Some of them is in the form of fibers, some of them in the form of other things, but the Herbaland Prebiotic Fiber contains fiber salt too, which is clinically studied prebiotic fibers, and it's really studied well for over, I think, more than 30 years. So I think it's clinically proven, and it's a really good source of prebiotic for your gut. Mm-hmm.
Sounds good. Thank you, Josh. And we had one more. Do you have any liposomal gummies?
Okay, so liposomal gummies is something. Liposomal is a trendy term. It's a very. I think it's a very cool concept where you encapsulate your active ingredients with phospholipids, creating a phospholipid bilayer where you absorb it better. I think in gummy, we try to add liposomal vitamin C, but we look at in the microscope and it doesn't form a liposomal anymore. So we did some research, but for sure it's a good recommendation. Something we are still working on, but I think there are other delivery forms that offers liposomal products, which we are also looking into, because I think our brand stands for inclusivity, and either it's gummies or other delivery forms, as long as it's fun and functional, we'll try to offer that to our consumer. So for sure, I do love the concept of liposomals. It's a good suggestions. For sure, I will work on it, and I think Fran will work on it as well.
Our R&D team works very, very hard on making a lot of different products, so I'm sure we'll see those before too long. Do we have any other questions from the chat? Okay, well, I guess this concludes our first live session in a very long time. Thank you to everyone who was able to watch today. We'll be sure to have these a lot more often. So if you have any questions, please feel free to add those as well to the chat, and we'll be posting this later on so you guys can rewatch it. But thanks again, everyone. Goodbye.